It's mid-December as we speak right now, and WrestleMania right around the corner. This is kind of when we get a good idea of what we're getting at Mania. Like you said, I'm almost certain we're getting Roman and Bray Wyatt, because if it's not the match, I mean, yeah, it could be Bryan and Bray, but I think they're blowing that off of the Rumble. So if we're getting Roman and Wyatt, I have no idea who you have face Brock. Like, there's no one on Raw at the moment that really stands out aside from Rollins, but we've seen that a million times. Maybe Kevin Owens, but even then that might be a bit of a stretch because they haven't built him up enough to the point where he would be a real threat. So maybe Owens, but as of right now, David, who do you think wins the Royal Rumble? I'll say for both the men and the women. Who do you think walks out of the Rumble victorious?
If we're talking the men's Rumble, if it's Raw, I would say Kevin Owens, because now that Rollins is a full on heel, it's setting up kind of Kevin Owens as the top babyface.
Mm-hmm.
So, at this point, it would look like maybe Owens and Brock, unless they call somebody up from NXT and they give them the surprise win at the Rumble. It's like going back to earlier what we said. It may be Matt Riddle. You never know.
Yeah.
But I predict in 2020 we're going to see Riddle against Brock or Riddle against Goldberg in some form or fashion.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're talking Raw, it's probably going to be Kevin Owens because he's all that makes sense at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in terms of like top baby faces on Raw. And then also if you're talking SmackDown, I mean, if it's likely going to be Roman, but if it's not Roman, there's only Daniel Bryan, which they do seem they're heading towards an end with that feud.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I could see Owens winning the Rumble, and then Roman getting somehow like maybe an elimination chamber type deal where he gets the title shot against Bray.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe it's going to be either Owens or Roman, one of those two. But I'm leaning more towards Owens.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think. Sorry, go ahead.
And then in terms of the women, I would have said Lacey Evans because it seems like she's a babyface now from what I've seen. And, they didn't do anything with her and Bayley at TLC.
Yeah, they easily could have, but they didn't, yeah.
But if I had to take a guess, and you can also factor in Ronda Rousey, who is going to be involved I believe she will be involved in WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
She could also make a surprise appearance and win the Rumble, and then we get the rematch with her and Becky.
Yeah, that would make the most sense if she's ready to go by then, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then if we're talking women, I'm going to say either Ronda Rousey with the surprise return or Lacey Evans. Because they're clearly behind Lacey Evans as well. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And she does, and she is improving. I gave her a hard time a few months back, but yeah, she clearly is improving.
Mm-hmm. She definitely is, yeah. Especially as a babyface, I think that was the right move too, because there's not really. Do they even really have a top babyface in that division on SmackDown? I mean, they have Nikki Cross, but they've already done that match a million times with her and Bayley.
Yeah. And yeah, going back to Lacey Evans, I do believe there's more to her as a babyface.
Yeah, she only just turned. Yeah. They'll work up to it.
She was a Marine, so I mean, you can add that in. I don't know if they've already added that to her story, but yeah, I mean, she has all the qualifications as a top babyface in the women's side. So I mean, I'm glad to see that they're capitalizing on that clearly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're doing a good job with that. Yeah, Lacey Evans, she's a good choice. I wasn't thinking about her as a Rumble winner, but it would make sense if she went on to face Bayley, because like I said, they could have very easily done that match with Bayley at TLC, and they didn't for some obvious reason. I mean, obviously the card was full, but they could be holding off till Mania, and if it's not Lacey, then who do you have face Bayley? Sasha? I mean, maybe, but I would think it's too soon to do it, even though we've been predicting it for 5 years now, They just both went heel, and I don't want to see him turn face anytime soon, so Lacey would be a good choice. Ronda, I want to say that she will come back for Mania. I just don't think she will, because otherwise I feel like she would have been back by now, because God knows the women's division needs her. Not that it's the women's fault, but the way this company's been booking them, at least in my opinion in 2019, it's very clear that they stopped caring about overall the women's division on both brands after Ronda left, because they're focusing on the 4 horsewomen, which is great. But like Ember Moon, even when she was around, I know she got hurt, but they weren't really doing much with her. Lacey was getting over. She's done fine. Nikki Cross and Alexa have really been in the tag team division. Asuka and Kyrie are getting over his heels, but I don't know. It's just not the same as it was like a year ago. Like at the Rumble, we had Ronda. I was thinking about this earlier. We had Ronda and Sasha, and then what was the other match? The SmackDown title match. God, I don't even remember. It was Becky and Asuka, obviously. Becky and Asuka, and then Ronda and Sasha.
Right.
Like two great women's matches, you know? So, I don't know.
Yeah.
They should do a better job of that. But going back to what you were saying a while earlier about the men's Rumble, I think Solomonster had pitched that too, where he was like someone from NXT, like a Keith Lee or a Matt Riddle. I've been thinking Keith Lee ever since.
Keith Lee as well. That didn't cross me till now that you mentioned it.
Yeah, no.
Even be Keith Lee.
Yeah, Keith Lee would be cool. I think he could be, if they built him up enough, could be a real threat to Brock. So definitely Keith Lee. Matt Riddle, it's funny that I mentioned Keith and you weren't thinking Keith. You mentioned Matt Riddle. I wasn't thinking Matt Riddle. But that makes perfect sense. Him and Brock, I mean, I doubt Vince would want to do it, but him and Brock in Mania, I think if built up the right way, could be absolute money for that title. Because there's no other matches from that Raw brand I would want to see aside from Brock and Kevin Owens. But yeah, two great choices there. I totally agree.
Right. And going back to Matt Riddle too, if we're talking guys that like legitimate, because I mean we saw the match with him and Mysterio, which went like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
But like believably, Mysterio's not gonna physically get. He's not gonna get physical with Brock because on paper it looks a little like unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Riddle's a smaller guy than Brock, but Riddle has the background, he has legitimacy to him, like where he's like a legit tough guy.
Mm-hmm.
So and you do believe in a believable fight, you do think he can beat Brock's ass. So
Mm-hmm.
and he just builds up the UFC background between both of them.